This video is created by Jagrat Creations. It is on budgeting, cash budget. I wish to solve one sum here before you, wherein cash budget is prepared for a short term and projected final accounts means estimated, projected trading profit and loss account and balance sheet is prepared from the details given in the sum. This video is useful to the students who are reading for cost accounting and even financial management, because cash budget topic is covered in cost accounting as well as financial management. Before I start with the video, I would like to explain you in brief what do we mean by cash budget. When I talk of cash budget for this sum, it is a short-term cash budget. In this short-term cash budget that we intend to prepare, this budget is prepared to know the estimated cash balance each month, means at the end of each month in a budget period, along with the estimated receipts and payment during the months of budget period. It performs basically following function. By preparing this budget, we ensure the sufficient availability of cash, and we also try or ensure that what necessary actions that we should take to meet with the estimated shortage of cash in a budgeted short-term period. If there is any surplus which is not immediately required, the same may be invested for a short term in a lucrative manner. Now the sum for which I intend to prepare a budget and the estimated final accounts, look at the sum on the screen. This is the sum or practical problem which I wish to solve here before you, wherein I intend to prepare a cash budget as well as projected income statement. On 31st of March 2018, the balance sheet of Malhar is given to you. The company is developing a system of forward planning on 1/4/2018. It supplies you following information. So today it is 31st of March 2018. March 18 actual credit sales, cash sales and purchases are given to you. And the budgeted credit sale, cash sales and credit purchase is given to you for April, May and June. They are in future on 31st of March 2018. All the trade debtors are allowed 1 month credit and expected to settle promptly. All trade creditors are paid in a month following the delivery. On 1st of April 2018, all the fixed assets were replaced at a cost of 3 lakhs. And rupees 1,40,000 was allowed in exchange of old assets. So all these fixed assets are given in exchange. Its valuation made is 1,40,000. So there is a 10,000 loss on transfer of asset, and the assets were replaced by 3 lakhs. So 3 lakhs minus 1,40,000, we are required to pay 1,60,000 in this transaction. Now, depreciation is provided at the rate of 10% per annum. Dividend payable will be paid in June 2018. Other expenses that we are required to pay in future in the month of April, May and June per month. Wage is 30,000. Administrative expenses 15,000. But rent of 36,000 for the year 31st of March 2018 paid in April 2018. Gross profit percentage on sales is given to you and it is estimated at 25%. Prepare cash budget for the month of April, May and June. Projected income statement and balance sheet for the year ended on 31st of or for period ended on 31st of March 30th June 2018. Let us start with the sum. So this is the details of the sum. I am required to prepare a cash budget for 3 months, April, May and June. Cash budget is made of opening balance, receipts, estimates and payment estimates. I am also required to prepare a projected income statement, means projected trading account and profit and loss account. I am also required to prepare the balance sheet as questioned in the sum. If I want to start with cash budget, I should write opening balance on 1st of April. That opening balance is the bank balance of 3,50,000, that is on 31st of March 2018. So closing balance as on 31st of March becomes the opening balance on 1st of April. So let me write down first of all, 15,000 opening balance. Similarly, in the balance sheet, I am given stock. So that opening stock 2 lakhs, that will be recorded in the trading account debit side, opening stock. Because the stock on 31st of March is available for selling on 1st of April, that is in 3 months projected measured period. Now I want to talk about debtors. All the debtors are allowed 1 month credit and expected to settle promptly. So credit sales of 1 month credit means what? Goods sold on credit in March will be received from debtors in April. April credit sales will be received in May. May credit sale will be received in June. So March credit sale received in April. Then April credit sale received in May. May credit sale will be received in June, and June credit sale will be outstanding receivable as on 30th June, and we are required to prepare the balance sheet. So the receivable amount from debtors will appear here on the asset side. Similarly, this 1,50,000 received in April, they are the debtors realized in April, and they were outstanding as debtors in the balance sheet also on 31st of March. So Sunday debtors 1,50,000, this 1,50,000, and this 1,50,000 is the same that will be received in April. So let me write down the receipts from cash sales. So 1,50,000 received in April. They are these debtors. This 1,50,000 is made of these things. Similarly, 1,80,000 in May and 2 lakh will be received in June. Now the amount receivable, this debtors is already received. Amount receivable will appear in the balance sheet at the end. Debtors 2,50,000. This is how the debtors details are considered while solving the sum. Now cash sales. For cash sales, cash is received instantly. So cash sales of April recorded as receipt in April budget, April cash budget. May cash sales received in May cash budget, and the cash sales of June received in June itself, so reported in a June cash budget. Now total sales for 3 months, cash and credit, is required to be total. So this total sales we are required to add, and it will be recorded on the credit side of trading account being sales revenue. So this total, if you work it out, 1,80,000 plus 2 lakh plus 2,50,000 plus 50, 60 and 80,000. So this total sales will be reported on the credit side of trading account. Now I want to talk about creditors and purchases. All creditors are paid in the month following the delivery. So March credit purchases will be paid in April. April purchases will be paid in May. May purchases 2,70,000 will be paid in June, and June purchases will be payable as creditors and will be reported in the balance sheet on the liability side. So this 2,60,000 will be reported in the balance sheet as liability side, and these are the payments made in April, May and June. They will be recorded on the payment in these payments in cash budget. And remember, this 4 lakhs paid, they were payable as per the balance sheet, creditors 4 lakhs, remember. So this 4 lakhs and this 4 lakhs are same. They are paid in the month of April, so it will be recorded in the April payment. So 4 lakhs payment in April, 2,30,000 payment in May, and 2,70,000 payment in June. And 2,60,000 payable will be reported in the balance sheet liability side. So this 4 lakhs payment is made and it is considered. So let me keep that out of consideration. Now all purchases total 230 plus 270 plus 260 total purchases. They will be debited in the trading account, because I am also required to prepare trading profit and loss account for the given budget period. Now I want to talk about this adjustment. All fixed assets were replaced at a cost of 3 lakhs. Replaced means what? All old used fixed assets are given, and in exchange all assets, required assets are acquired for rupees 3 lakhs. The exchange value of all old fixed assets is 1,40,000, and here its book value is 1,50,000. So let me prepare a working note. This fixed assets, I write 3 lakhs in the balance sheet. For that, paid in exchange book value of asset 1,50,000. Its exchange value is 1,40,000. So loss on transfer 10,000. That will be debited to profit and loss account. So 1,60,000 is required to be paid. So payment made 1,60,000 for fixed assets in the month of April. And the loss on transfer 10,000 will be debited to profit and loss account. This is how effect of this adjustment is to be given. Now let me work out the depreciation for 3 months. So 3 lakhs at 10% for 3 months. Depreciation works out to be 7,500. That will be debited to profit and loss account and will be deducted from assets. Now next, dividend payable given to in the balance sheet, opening balance sheet 1,40,000, 1,50,000. that is paid in June 2018. So that will be recorded as payment in cash budget for June. Now other expenses. Wages are paid per month. So you are required to pay 30,000 for April, May and June. Administrative expenses also will be paid in this fashion, but total payment of wages 90,000, 30 plus 30 plus 90, that will be debited to profit trading account. Similarly, administrative expenses paid every month 15,000, 15,000 and 15,000. It's total 45,000. That will be debited to profit and loss account. Rent paid for the whole year in the April 36,000. That is also an expense, will be debited to profit and loss account. Now gross profit percentages are given to you. These gross profit percentages are given to you for the purpose of finding out the closing stock. And this gross profit is also useful to you for the purpose of finding out the gross profit. Now let me prepare a working note to find out stock at the end and gross profit. Opening stock plus purchases plus wages makes this total gives you the total cost of goods available for sale. So opening stock 2 lakhs plus purchases plus wages. This is the total cost of goods available for sale. From this total cost of goods available for sale, now cost of sales is to be deducted. So sales 8,20,000. Profit included therein 25% deducted therefrom. So you will get the cost of sale. So cost of goods available for sale minus cost of sale is equal to closing stock. This closing stock will appear balance sheet asset side and trading account credit side. This is how the closing stock is found out and recorded. And this 25% gross profit will also appear in the trading account. So if you make a total of trading account, it will tell you. This gross profit is transferred to the credit side of profit and loss account. So 2,05,000 is to be recorded in this fashion. Now look at the balance sheet. What are the items yet left out? Share capital remains same. So reported in the closing balance sheet as it is. Reserves and surplus no change. So reported as it is. Now let me close cash budget and find out the cash balance or cash deficit. So April total receipts, April total payments, total receipts plus opening balance minus total payments. You will get the balance at the end. So here, like 50,000, 50,000 and 1,50,000, if you total, you will get 5,50,000. From that, you are required to deduct all these payments. 160, 30, 15, 36 and 4 lakhs. So 6,41,000 are the total payments. So you require an overdraft of 91,000. This 91,000 overdraft will be carried forward in the next month as opening balance of overdraft. From this overdraft of 91,000 will be adjusted against the estimated receipts of 160,000 and 1,80,000. So total of this column works out to be 1,49,000 because 180 plus 60 minus 91, 1,49,000. From this balance of 1,49,000, you are required to deduct all these things. That is 2,75,000 is required to be deducted. So now you have a overdraft balance of 2,75,000. That becomes the overdraft balance for beginning of June. Same way, receipts are adjusted against it. So positive balance available 1,54,000. From that, these payments are to be deducted. That is 4,65,000. So you will get an overdraft balance of 3,11,000 that will appear on the liability side of the balance sheet. And you are required to make arrangement of this much of funds in next 3 months, and you should start working for that right now so that you may not miss the opportunities of business because of shortage of cash. Now let me close the final accounts. Total of trading account agrees on both the sides. Find the net profit. So 2,05,000 minus expenses. So you will get a net profit that will appear on the balance sheet liability side. And your balance sheet total should agree on both the sides. That is 9,77,500. This is how this sum gets solved.